So I'll kind of broadly give you entrepreneur to PM advice, then I'll address your very specific case. So because I think that my broad advice for because most of this room isn't entrepreneurs is for a specific job that you're targeting, how do you simulate the experience that they're looking
I'm Rakshit, and my background has been more towards. I was an entrepreneur for the past 4 years, and I was more towards 0 to 1 phase of working towards that phase of a product. And we could not find PMF. We tried with three different products, couldn't find PMF. So now I'm transitioning into a PM role. Now the question that I have is, as an entrepreneur, when I shift to this domain, there are certain things which attract about an entrepreneur and certain things which distract the hiring manager or the uh, director of product or the senior management in the company, right? So I want to understand, like, from your perspective, you have had a similar career trajectory. So what do you think? For example, I've had this experience that when I portray myself as an entrepreneur to the senior PM or the hiring manager, it looks like I bring more of a generalist skill set, which could or could not be a good point, which might not be attracted by that hiring manager. But on the other side of it, as an entrepreneur, I have actually lived through that journey of exploring. Uh, of customer empathy, of living through customers' journey, and then creating something out of it, because at the end of the day business mattered to us, right? So I want to understand about this.
So I'll kind of broadly give you entrepreneur to PM advice, then I'll address your very specific case. So because I think that all the PM leaders in the room will probably agree with me that we love to hire entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs make great product managers, primarily because they don't just think about product requirement document, execution, feature result write up, OKRs, these very isolated things, but they actually think about, okay, how are we going to go to market? What is the product marketing going to be? How are we going to collaborate with sales? How are we going to use them? All of the things that are involved along the life cycle to create success of a product, right? So we do love hiring entrepreneurs, but since I advise a lot of people in job seeking, I would say that this is probably the hardest market I've seen in the last 16 years for entrepreneurs to switch into product management. Every single role wants people with prior product management experience. And so, my broad advice because most of this room isn't entrepreneurs, is for a specific job that you're targeting, how do you simulate the experience that they're looking for? So, um, for the entrepreneur, very specific case, it's they're looking for, do you understand even what the PM role is, right? So I think it's really nice idea to find, there's designers here, there's engineers here, link up with them, do a side project with them, and do the PM role, and have some artifacts, have some PRDs, have some future result write ups, have some OKRs that you guys created, so that you can actually point to that I do have this PM experience. And I think side projects as a whole are super underrated. So some people here, you want to shift from ad tech into, let's say, quick commerce, right? So then in the quick commerce space, why not start something small, right? How do you start? Maybe we are going to help just one local shop locally deliver. We're going to find one local delivery driver, but we're going to improve that process along the way, right? As you simulate these experiences for people, even though it's done at a small scale, you can market yourself then. In the interviews, you don't say, hey, I'm an ad tech PM, or hey, I'm an entrepreneur. You're going to say, hey, I'm a PM. Hey, I'm a quick commerce PM, right? And you're going to speak to these very specific side projects. And I know you guys might be skeptical right now listening. First of all, one, do I have the time? Two, are hiring managers really going to think that this experience is relevant, right? So on the time component, I think that The thing is, you want to find passion for this, right? Like you guys found your passion, you're taking your weekend to come here. So find something that you're super passionate about that you can do when you're tired at the end of the day. For me, I have two young kids, so they don't let me sleep already. It's like the idea of coming up with something else to not sleep, it sounds horrible, but if I'm super passionate about it, for me, I worked on the game Fortnite. So you'll still find me at midnight playing Fortnite these days, right? Because I am so passionate about it, I'm just cutting my own sleep even because of that, right? So that's the first thing. Create a side project in this domain that you're passionate about so that you can simulate the experience. And second is, are they going to believe that you did it at quality? And I do have to admit that a lot of hiring managers, PM managers come to me and they say, Akash, F you for giving this advice because I'm getting all these people doing low quality work products. So the key here is now we were just talking about cold emails, right? So go find in your specific case, or just look next to you. You have PMs next to you, you have a PM leader sitting next to you. Get his contact information, and that next PRD that you create, send it over to him and buy him a quick coffee and say, hey, can we review this PRD? How can I make this PRD better? He will help you make that PRD better, and then go ahead and publish it online, right? Put it in a portfolio. Put it in materials where they can actually go and see what quality you were producing that work at. And because you've gotten somebody in the field, in the case of quick commerce, somebody who's a quick commerce PM who's actually looking at it and saying, you're not understanding this area of the economics, you're not understanding this constituency group that cares, you're not understanding how much users care about this, and then improve your artifacts for that. So for me, the side project is easily the most important thing. And then the second thing is how you actually market yourself. Too many people are marketing themselves that, I have this job gap or I have this transition I'm making. I think it's almost always better to say like, I'm already the thing you want me to be. In this job market, it's like the worst job market ever. My advice 5 years ago was different, but what's working now for people is to say like, I'm already doing that, and then having quality products to prove